All right, so welcome everyone to our Tuesday Tech Talk for December 8th. No idea how it's getting that far into the year, and I have no idea how 2020 isn't over a few months ago. It's been a long year, but appreciate what everyone's done, all your time and your efforts and everything. And I can confirm that miracles do happen. Early this morning, about 4 o'clock in the morning, an email came through. Thanks to you, Ian, but from Amazon, I got my gift card in the mail today or in my email today. Yeah. I tell you, I submitted it probably like 5-6 weeks ago. So if you submitted yours just a week or two ago, be patient. They've got a lot.
Yay!
Thanks, PK. Haven't spent it yet, but I need to ponder a little bit how I'm going to do that. So let's jump in. Prezi video. Let me put the link in the chat one more time. I'm going to share my screen and just share my Prezi video window from scratch so that y'all can see what it is, what's on this information. Right as soon as you get there, there's some information, some tutorial examples there. It is free to use. If you already have a Prezi account, if you used Prezi long ago, I've been using Prezi for years. This is like my one kind of small internet claim to fame, is that one of my Prezi presentations had over 500,000 views. So it was on iPad apps, and we don't do many things with iPads in this region anymore. So I haven't had a chance to keep it up to date. But just some examples, if you keep on scrolling down, there are templates to start with. You can reuse one you've already done, or if you see a recording that you like, you can reuse those. Or existing videos. You can record your videos to share in Canvas or Classroom, or as Joby said, he was trying it out, doing it live. And I will just kind of show you the interface live, and I may be able to present a little bit live with it today. So more information on this page is a good jumping off spot. I do have some other links as well that I'll share a little bit later as far as a teacher gallery of some lessons that have been shared that you can take and watch for ideas or reuse and start teaching tomorrow. And then also their Prezi lesson plan page, which has a ton of resources on it. A lot of great examples and information. So to get started, prezi.com/video or prezi.com, just click the login button. You can log in with Google if you or have one of those kind of logins. Like I said, I've had a Prezi account forever, so I'll just use my my existing account to log in. And it takes me in here to show me all of my Prezi projects that I've ever done. Like I said, I was a pretty heavy Prezi user 4 or 5 years ago until we really started doing more and more with Google Slides, and that kind of became my de facto, since they're so easy to share. Just started sharing and creating Google Slides so that everyone can have access. But I'm come here to video, and I made one about 2 months ago, back in August. That could be even longer than that, just as kind of because I had seen it, I was interested and curious about it. And so I made one to share a while ago. And I've just reused that one today, made a couple of updates. So if I wanted to start from scratch, I could just click the plus here to start from scratch. If I have a PowerPoint that I wanted to import, you can do that. Just know that importing a PowerPoint slide requires a $3 a month subscription. So if you like it, if you want to use it a lot, if you have a lot of PowerPoints that you think you could use, that might be worth the cost for you. But otherwise, it's really pretty simple to get in and create some slides. I'll just reuse this one that I've already done and show you how to add new slides. But just kind of, instead of me creating one completely from scratch, I'll just start with one that I've kind of already fleshed out. So now you can see me right there. I'm back again. And I've got my slides up here on the upper right. I've got 10 slides that I've already built. If I wanted to change my text on this first slide, just say, welcome to Prezi Video. Let's begin. Okay, and it just updates live like that. To switch to the next slide, And you can see if you've been familiar with Prezi in the past or have seen a presentation, Prezi is the presentation platform that kind of pans and zooms and moves all around. If those effects were overused, some people could get like seasick from watching a presentation. This is a lot better than that. It's just a couple of things sliding back and forth. But I can click on, when I'm presenting, you can click on these elements and it'll zoom those in and zoom them back out. I will make sure that I show that once we get to the practice and record area. The first step that I actually skipped over is choosing a template. You can go back to those. There's a little timeline, little steps to build your video there on the bottom. And there are a ton of templates that are already there, and switching between is just a click. And you can see that if I change that and I go to my next slide, you can see all the bubbles and the text and everything changes right along with it. I don't have to rebuild a presentation if I want to change the theme. So really easy to pick one. It's nice to be able to have something to start with so that I can, see the difference between each one of these different themes there. But there's good 30 or 40 themes. This one's kind of fun. It's kind of travel related with postcards and passports and things like that. And on the teacher page that I'm going to share with you, there are a lot of subject specific themes that are available for you to use to jump off. This one's kind of cool. This one kind of makes it look like 3D, like I'm hiding behind the hedges or something and peeking in to the presentation. But let me come back to the one I had selected at first because I know that'll work for me. Let's see, it was this one right here. Oh, no, it wasn't that one. Which one was it? I don't remember now. Doesn't matter, this one's fine. But depending on, and see where the person is, depending on where the silhouette is on the theme. Oh, it's this one that I had before. It gives you more or less room for yourself to the right of all of your content. So whichever looks best and works for you, choose that one and continue on. So there's my second slide. If I wanted to kind of reorder these, I can just drag and drop these and put them in the order that I want them to be in. To make a new slide, I just hit the plus there and it'll drop a slide after the slide that I was currently on. So I need to do this. I'll say easy to add photos and or icons, I guess I should say. You can have one or either, photos or icons. And so there's a big library here. There's an image library that I can choose. So I can choose like camera. And I can search for, different images that I like, that I want to use. They're royalty free. And if I want to use it, just click it and it drops it right in to my slides. Or if I'd rather do an icon, you can choose to search for icon and look for camera there and find that's a cute little camera icon. So I can have either a photo or an icon, and then I can upload my own. If I have a picture that I want to use, a diagram, a graphic, whatever, you can upload your own things in there, pull them in from Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive, if you use those things. So very simple interface to build your slides. There's even a spot for here to add your own notes if you want. Oh, if you pay for an account. So that's not a free thing. I guess you have to do your own notes if you want to keep the free version going. So let me I'll come to the next step here. Any questions? Joby, do you see anything in the chat or any questions about how to build these slides? If you have any questions, open your mic. If not, I'll continue on. All right. And so down here on the bottom, it says next step. And so this part is crucial. So this will actually allow me to practice. If I'm going to record ahead of time, this will allow me to practice my timing and getting used to switching slides and doing all that kind of stuff. The first time you use it, it is a little bit different. It's not like just going through a slideshow. It seems like it would be, no different than anything else, but you need to, figure out where things are coming in and if you're in the way or you want to point to something where it actually is on the screen, so you can point to it. And then again, there are different views here. So if I wanted, I can click on the text once to have it zoom in, click once again to have it come back out. If I want to highlight the photo or the icon, cover up my face, I can do that as well. And then there's also these buttons on the bottom left. So if I just want to have myself in the frame and just want to talk to my audience, I can do that. If I want to see both myself and the content at the same time, or just to focus in on the content and totally remove the video, you can switch between those 3 different modes. Okay. And so I'm not going to hit the record button. I don't want it to mess anything up with Zoom. But basically, what you do is you practice. You can go through your slides and make sure that you know what's coming up. There's even a little thumbnail of what's coming up down here on the bottom right. But if you wanted to pre-record a video to share, like in Canvas, push it out to Google Classroom, whatever you wanted to do, you could. That's where you would do this here. You would start on your first slide, hit the record button there, and then just say what you need to say, move through your slides as you want, zoom in on the content, change the views as you go. So I won't record that, but I'll walk through my slides as if I were recording, because I'm recording this.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Hey, I was wondering, it looks like you got a mirror view there. Is that right?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yep. It is mirrored. And I don't know if you can turn that on or off. No, that's a good observation. Yeah, it is backwards. I don't know if it comes out the right side when the recording's done or not. But yeah, it did switch me around. So let's go. So welcome to Prezi Video. Let's begin. It's a great alternative or addition to PowerPoints or Google Slides. It's a great way to share your ideas and speak directly to your students, because you can talk to them right there in the camera, and your students can also be right there. You can point at your ideas, highlight some things, say, this is the big picture right here. Kind of fun to play around with stuff that is floating around in space with your, to make a point or make some emphasis. The interface is simple. Videos are easy to create and share. You can upload your own images. This is our SEDC logo, or as you can see, you could find your own icons or pull from the great photo library that they have. You can record the different views, and this is where I wanted to show, just me, and I could move myself into the full frame and then move back out of the way, or just focus on the content of each slide. And again, I'm just tapping on each one of these. If I wanted to stay in this mode, and just kind of go through each one of those and then bring myself back to make a point of emphasis. Lots of different ways to navigate through your slides. And again, that's the slide I added in there, easy to add photos or icons. And it's I think it's a great way to start do an overview of the day, especially if you've got students that are remote learning. If they're not in the classroom with you, they're much more likely to watch a video of you, reading the instructions, or even better, your instructions over here on the right for me, and then explaining your instructions and speaking directly to your students and making that that personal connection that is so important with school, and especially with remote learning and things like that. But even if you're just gonna put this into Canvas or Google Classroom and just to have a kind of a benchmark or a fence post for the whole day, this is what we're going to do today. So click on through to learn more. And then again, Prezi.com, sign up with a free account, give it a try. There are upgrades. Again, I mentioned if you do, and I'm not a Prezi, I don't get paid anything like this. Just know that if you want to get some more features, like being able to upload your pre-made PowerPoints, being able to add in presenter notes, things like that, there's a $3 a month level that's available for you.
So Clint, for the secondary teachers, you could have your students create an account like this, absolutely. And they could do like news broadcasts about current events, or
in fact, one of the templates was a breaking news that I kind of liked. Yeah, this one right here. So it'd be a fun way to do a little newscast. It's a great idea. And it is completely free for students as well. Okay, and so once I'm done, I didn't record anything, so let me just record something quickly. Here we go, ready for action. Breaking news from Prezi. Let's go. Okay, done recording. That's just so I can get to the next step. You can play it, review it, trim it down if there's some ums or whatever else you want to be able to, you know, get rid of the beginning or the end of your video. If you want to discard it and start over again, you can do that too. I'll just save this one. There's different licensings. You can make it unlisted or public and reusable. I'll just make this one unlisted. There's, if you have Google Classroom, you can connect straight into Classroom and send that video right to your classroom. There's embed code. And if you want to do another class on embedding stuff in Canvas, I'm happy to help out with that. But basically you can take this code and use, I could probably bring that up pretty quick. So I'd copy this out. I've got plenty of time still. Let's go to uen.instructure.com. And of course I have to log in. And of course, Charlie's decided she needs to bark at stuff outside. I apologize for the noise. All right, and I'll just jump into a course here. Let's make a new page in this module. And if you wanted to embed this into a quiz or an assignment or whatever else you want, so this, we'll call this Prezi video. Item. Open it up to edit. Edit the page. And with, this is the old editor. Okay, so we've turned on the new editor for all of you guys. Maybe I should be in a new, there should be an SEDC course to show this. Anyway, the embed icon is now a little cloud icon with, I think, 2 vertical lines in it. Let me just jump to it real quick. And get there just as fast, I believe. I forgot that we turned it on for all of our schools because it's going to be going live, the new editor in Canvas, as of, I think, the holiday break. So if you haven't seen it yet, you will soon. And so that's why I thought we just switch, Chris and I thought we'd just switch everybody over. At the beginning of the year when you're learning everything new to begin with video. Okay. The page. There we go. And so this is the new rich content editor. If you don't see it, it'll be hiding over here on the right. And it's this icon right there. Oh, it's a little bracket. So it's a cloud with the brackets around it. And basically all you do is just paste that code in, submit, and that video will be right there in your lesson. And you can, like I said, make that part of an assignment, a discussion, just a page to introduce a concept, to support your own content, whatever you want to do with those videos. Really easy to share and embed. This button here is the sharing button. That'll just give you a link to share, to Google Classroom or share via email or however you want to get your students to your video. And that's about it. If I close this tab, it'll take me back to my Prezi dashboard where I can create another video. Let's take a look at, let me put these links into the chat here to some of their resources that they have. Where'd my chat window go? More chat one. There it is. Is Prezi a choice for an external tool in Canvas? That's a good question, and I don't know, but the embed code is easy enough to use. It'd be something to check out. So let's take a look at the Prezi teacher gallery, and that opened up in the wrong browser window, so let me bring that over. So these are lessons, and these are full-blown lessons that are ready to go, but you'll notice that there's no teacher in any of them. And so you can take these, like say I want to do this, there was a world map template. I saw one on science somewhere, but I don't always have to go back to science. So let's say this world map. So you want to do a lesson in geography. Just click this make a copy button and it will grab all of these slides that are already built, ready to go with content. that you can take and modify the text, modify the images, or just use it as is. So if I wanted to make my own, I click make a copy. It adds it to my library and puts me right into editing mode for this one. Thank you. I'll do that later on. Okay. And then I guess I would click create video. I didn't look at these beforehand. I just saw they were there and realized that there's a space over here. So you do it as a lesson, or let's do it. I want to appear with my content. And so that'll turn that into Prezi video, get started. Allow my camera. And there I am. And so now I can start to, if I wanted to go in and edit this lesson, how does it work? I can change the text or whatever else I want to do with that. And when I'm ready to go, present it and share this screen. Lots of different ways to use Prezi video on the slides and the content that's already there. And then the other link I shared with you is the lesson plan link. Let me just copy that and open it up here. I'm trying to get, I don't know where the camera's pointing or any of my my content there. This is a nice, really good introduction video on basically what I've covered for you today on how to get started by creating Prezi videos. Teacher picks, higher education, but these are just some great lesson plans, some content here that's ready to go, some study guides, assignments, just great ideas to give you an idea of how Prezi video is being used, or that you can take and reuse for yourself and teach away. All right. So that's about all I have to share. I'll stop sharing my screen for a moment. Any questions, comments? What do you guys think? Stunned silence.
That actually looks like something that I might even be able to make work for me.
It's really simple to use. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's the text in this, when you're building the slides, you're really limited to just a little bit of text, which I think is a good thing, because you want the focus to be on you and what you're saying, and not kids trying to read through, you know, paragraphs of text on a slide while you're teaching to them. So just, you know, some key points, some bullet items, and you know, some effective images or icons. Great way to teach and present to your students.
I think if you use Zoom, if you have virtual students, I think this is a great alternative to sharing your screen.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you share your screen, you lose students.
Yeah,
You're
they don't know
not able to see.
what screen they need to be on.
Yeah.
There is also a, when I'm presenting, there's software you can download, like a little plug-in kind of a thing that you can connect Zoom with Prezi. So Zoom would see the Prezi's presentation as a camera that you could choose. Since we're moving into UEN, Canvas, or not Canvas, Zoom account, that has been disabled on a statewide level. But as soon as we, you know, had our SEDC instance, or, you know, a school level instance, that's something that could be enabled, so that you could use, you know, that. That's why I didn't show it today, because I didn't figure everyone would be able to put into action today. But yeah, I think it's good stuff. And while we're trying to kind of wrapping up and answering questions on Prezi video or anything else, ed tech, questions, problems, concerns, suggestions, whatever, there is a link there to Midas to get your credit for this session. And if I need to, I'm happy to walk through and show you what that looks like. I've just kind of assumed that everyone could do that over the last couple of weeks, and there's only about half the people that signed up for credit last week that I expected. And so I'm happy to walk through that. In fact, I'll do that. Let me open that up, and I will share my window. Let's see, Midas. That's the one. Okay. That is, here we go. So I'm actually in my public version of it. So let me copy the link here. There you go. So that link should take you to this Tuesday Tech Talks with SEDC. That's the course. It's kind of the umbrella where all of these weekly sections kind of fall underneath it. And so here's our session for today, Prezi video. All you do is, it's basically like a simple checkout cart kind of process. So I register for the class, not signing a role or anything like that. So it says the section's been added to your cart. And then I come up here to the top of the page and I see one thing in my cart. Click on my cart. And total for this order, we're not charging anything for these sessions. Basically, you just click on checkout. And then it'll show, I don't have any items in your cart, but if you click on your profile, you'll be able to see that you are indeed registered for this class. So Tuesday Tech Talks Prezi video, I'm set to go. And so there we go. And then once I have you guys enrolled, I'll just go back through and mark you as completed and award you the half credit of time for being here. So click on the link, click on register at the bottom of the page, scroll to the top of the page and click checkout. And that's all you should have to do. Okay, I'll put that link in there one more time to register for the class. There we go. Any other questions, thoughts, ideas, concerns? Can you make it 9 more days, 8 more days to the break? All right, well, we'll be here till everyone drops off. If you have any questions or want to hang out or ask, whatever you want to do. Otherwise, that's all I have to share for the day. Thanks for being here. Let me stop the recording.